Adonai. Welcome to my channel. My name is Erica. I'm a Hermetic alchemist. Alchemy is the original science, and Hermetics is the studies of the energetic laws of the universe. So basically, I'm a scientist of energy. We are moving into the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is symbolized by the water bearer. It's an energy of every man for his brother. Through this process, we can see everything that has been suppressed in darkness coming to the light so that humanity can see the truth of what has been, set itself free, and by empowering itself, choosing a higher frequency to exist in. But most humans don't know why they're here. They're a human that maybe happens to have a soul. But the truth of the matter is that we are souls that have chosen to have a human experience, one of many. We all have a higher self, a magnificent being of light that's all-knowing and all-seeing. It exists in the energy grid, the grid of light, or the ether, as some would call it. When you're listening to your intuition, that's your higher self guiding you. When it's time to incarnate, a shard of your higher self comes into this dimension at a specific latitude and longitude. At that location exists sacred geometry and numerology information that gets embedded into your energy field. And then it sets the stage for your life path, meaning the majority of the experiences you will have in this lifetime are read off of that information. Here's where the saying, as above, so below, comes into play. All the waters on the earth are a reflection of the sky. The sky turns dark and the water turns dark. It's not the other way around. The tide is the pull of the moon's portal. And humans, at any given time, are approximately 70% water, depending on how many carbs you eat, right? But on a molecular level, that water content number is much higher. So if all the waters on the earth are a reflection of the sky, and humans are mostly comprised of water, we are also a reflection of the energies that sit specifically at our latitude and our longitude. I'm an expert at reading into those energies. I'm able to give people so many answers on their life, what it is they're meant to evolve into, what energies they struggle with within their ego. I can tell people what's coming in the future, or at least what energies are available at what time. I can take a look at any day in the past and tell people what the energy was of a specific day so that they can take it, pick it apart, and understand the experience that they had much easier. Right? It's much easier to alchemize the pain from something that we've experienced if we understand what the energy was and what the lesson was. I've been able to take this information and turn it into success. I'm a commercial model. I've been in over 300 commercials and print ads. And I did it mainly by understanding my energetic coding, how frequency works, and how to apply the energies that are available at different times. And not just for me, I've seen this work for so many people. I've seen people go from low frequency, being so sad, they're not successful, they aren't pushing forward in life, to finding this information and it changing their life. They come to understand what it means to be an energetic being and how to apply their energy for success. There are many different combinations of sacred geometry and numerology that make up our life path. Our main is called our sun energy, and it's what we are meant to evolve into in this lifetime. But we have 13-year cycles. We begin at Mercury, from birth to the age of 13, where we are learning lessons on communication. Then we have a Venus cycle from 13 to 26, where we are learning about love. And when we meet someone who their sun sign is coded the same way our Venus energy is coded, it's like hearts in the eyes and shooting stars, and it's that love at first sight feeling. We then go through a Mars cycle where we're learning about our personal power. We also learn about fighting in that cycle, right? Its highest frequency is Mars, is like, get it done. But the lowest frequency is how you fight. We then go into the Jupiter cycle, which is a cycle of expansion and abundance. And that cycle begins at 39. That's when most people really start to make big money in their life, because the energy is all about expansion. Then we go through a Saturn period, and Saturn is the great teacher. It is karmic balance. So when we meet someone who their sun energy is coded the way our Saturn is, there's an energetic exchange of balance there. It's a very important energy to understand. Then we have Uranus, that kind of flips everything upside down. It's always for our greatest good, but we can't always see it in the moment. And then we move into our Neptune energy in the latest years of life, where it's very spiritual, it's very dreamy in nature. We have two other energies in our life path that are incredibly important. First is an energy that's about a cosmic lesson. And we are learning lessons our entire life around this energy. But when we meet someone who their sun is coded the way our cosmic lesson is coded, this person is someone who's coming to teach you a lesson. They're not really a person you want to invest in. I had a client who married her karmic lesson, and it was a very difficult marriage and a very painful divorce. This wasn't someone she was meant to invest in, but she didn't know that. She didn't understand energy. So knowing this information, especially before you commit, is really important. It's a major level up. And then there's an energy that is an energy to invest in. It's an energy that is our reward energy. And when someone comes in that their sun is coded the same way, this is who we go into business with. This is who we marry. This is who we build with. Not to say that you can't build and marry with other people. It will be successful, but guaranteed success with your cosmic reward energy. Understanding these energies is so empowering, because we come to really understand that life is not happening to us. It happens for us, and it happens in divine synchronization. And you can see it in the energies when you learn to read energy. It is the most empowering thing that I have ever done with my life. And I choose to bring that power to other people. This is why I've started making these videos, because when people can really come to understand who they are, why they're here, their ego has a lot less control. If you could give this video some engagement, a like, a share, a comment, as I am building out this channel, the YouTube algorithm can recognize me, right? All of us starseeds are doing what it is that we can to help empower humanity at this time, so that we can raise our frequency. And the quicker we raise our frequency, the quicker we can move into the age of light, right? So the rest of this video is going to be for whoever is born on the date of this video. I'll be doing a synopsis of the sun energy. If today is not your birthday, go take a look at my birthday playlists. Or if you know someone who's recently had a birthday, send them their video. Even if they don't understand energy at all, the information about their sun energy will spark a light within them and help them become a happier, more productive human being. I thank you so much for your time and your energy, all of the channel engagement. I'm going to be making lots of other videos on quantum mechanics. Take a look at my videos, give me a follow. Don't lose me on this big wide web of videos. Adonai. And if it is your birthday today, yay! Happy birthday! Sun energies tend to resonate deeper the more evolved one is. The first time I read my sun energy was over 17 years ago. And it was pages of copy of information, but only a small portion of it resonated. But it resonated so deeply. It showed me a pattern that I was not conscious was a pattern, but I had just experienced it. It showed me how to heal from it, alchemize, and change the behavior. So that caused me to delve deep into sacred geometry. I really needed to understand how the spiritual science worked. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I spent years teaching everyone around me. And now, all these years later, I have evolved into all of the information that sits in my sun reading. There's a secondary energy. It tends to play itself out like an orbiting energy. It will show itself from time to time, but it's an ego-based energy. It's shadow. Right? So people who are living an ego-based life will tend to resonate deeper with the secondary energy until they evolve. No judgment on that. An ego-based life is someone who's living from the mind juxtaposed from the soul, from the heart chakra. The ego messes with you in the mind. But when you're making decisions from the heart, life is different. Until you learn to meditate, that ego-based life is where the energy lives. Meditation is your one-way ticket into evolving. Right? And so there's no judgment from me as I state to you what these energies are. They are a general synopsis. Take what resonates and evolve from there. If it doesn't resonate, just leave it. People who are born today are living a life path where the universe has blessed them with a tremendous amount of mental power. This is one of the most successful life paths of all life paths. All they really need to do is focus their mind on the direction in which they would like their life to evolve, and it happens very easily for them. These minds can excel in any of the mental fields, especially in science. In an area where other minds would struggle, these people can easily be quantum physicists, chemists, rocket scientists. The Libras tend to be very successful lawyers. That sharp mind in a Libra is searching for justice, right? For balance. There are many other dates within the calendar that have this life path, but the Libras tend to go into the justice system. This is a life path that, with all of the success that it's able to create, in order to maintain it, it is very important that the individual cultivate peace of mind and emotional balance in their life. That can be a little bit difficult. The reason being is that this mind is very fixed. They come into this dimension with fixed principles and ideas on various amounts of topics. And once they set their mind on what the truth of something is, it's very difficult to get them to change their mind. And so that can tend to lead to an argumentative nature, which is something that can cause lack of peace in their life. So it's important for the person of this life path to have some understandings about perspective and how we all have different perspectives. Yes, you have a brilliant mind, but other people haven't experienced the things that you have experienced. They have experienced their life path and what they're meant to experience. And so their perspectives are born from that place. So there's a certain amount of grace that needs to be cultivated for the person who is born today to have a peaceful existence, right? I know a woman of this life path who she has strong principles, strong fixed principles around, not eating animals and what's right and all of that. And that's great that people have, core beliefs and they stick to them, but she imposes it upon everyone around her. And if she has told someone that they shouldn't eat animals and why, and has done her whole spiel, and then she sees them, drinking milk or taking a bite of a steak, she will have a meltdown. And that's because she believes she's incredibly right, and how dare you not see it the way that she sees it. And so that causes a lot of friction in her world. It's not to say that she's incorrect or she's not a nice person, but imposing your beliefs upon other people is going to really diminish the amount of peace that you're able to cultivate in your life. This life path has a lot of karma in it. It's because it is a fixed life path. So it's part of a special family of other energies. There are other dates in the calendar that are karmic partners to the person born today. When you do personal readings, we give you all of the dates of those other people, and you'll find within your life that you're surrounded by these energies. This is a life path that, when it comes to relationships, the major karma that they end up paying in life is because of their fixed mind, because they're unable or unwilling to move or change or evolve their perspective on specific topics. The universe tends to send in a great love to these people's lives, right? Either a spiritual love or an unconditional love. But either way, it's a great love that they can end up getting a divorce from this being that carries all of this love for them, because they're unable to waver in their perspective, and they're unable to give grace to their partner's perspective. And so that causes a lot of friction. So it's really important for people who are born today to cultivate that grace. Divorce, if you have been born on this day and you've already experienced a divorce, understand that the unwillingness to evolve or to cultivate that grace is what will cause the divorce, or has caused the divorce. It's a very important lesson for people who are born today to learn if they want to have successful relationships with others. There is a stubbornness that comes along with that fixed mind that really doesn't serve them. And a lot of people born today are willing to cut their nose to spite their face, to prove their point, or to adhere to their fixed principles. And the universe is trying to help you by sending in these energies that will constantly put you in a place of developing that grace. The secondary energy for this life path in its highest frequency is that spiritual initiation, right? And attracting people who have great intentions for you. But it sits in your shadow. And so it plays itself out like being deceptive, attracting deceptive people, thievery, just not being honest, not being trustworthy, a crafty energy. So it's important that if you feel those lower frequencies playing out in your life, that you understand if you indulge that lower frequency, that's what you attract towards yourself. So if you have a history of people who are not honest, people who have hurt you, people who, come in to take, it's time to evaluate your frequency and what you are sending out. All right. I hope the rest of your birthday was amazing. If you'd like to get a personal reading, my email will be in the comments section. We can take a look at the new energy that arrives for you that you will experience this entire year. We can take a look at your relationship and get you some answers there. If you make a donation to the channel, please make sure that you place your birthday and your email in the comment section on Cash App, so that I can return information to you as a way of saying thank you. I appreciate your energy, your likes, your comments, and any channel engagement as I build this channel. Adonai.